The Five Find Outers and Dog, Part 2. Part 2. Really surprising. They all turned and went back down the drive. Bets felt a little comforted. Dear old Buster. He was such a darling and had shared all their adventures. They came to Fatty's house and went into the drive. Fatty's mother was picking some daffodils and she smiled at the children. "Back for the holidays?" she said. "Well, I hope you'll all have a nice time, but you're looking very serious. Is anything the matter?" "Well, we just came to see if we could have Buster for the holidays," said Larry. "Oh, there he is. Buster, Buster, old fellow, come here." Buster came tearing up to the children, barking madly, his tail wagging 19 to the dozen. He flung himself on them and tried to jump and bark at the same time. "Good old Buster," said Pip. "I bet you'll miss Fatty." "It was a great surprise to hear that Fatty has gone to China," said Daisy to Mrs. Trotwell. Fatty's mother looked surprised. "In an airplane too," said Larry. "You'll miss him, won't you, Mrs. Trotwell?" "What exactly do you mean?" asked Mrs. Trotwell, looking as if she thought the children had gone mad all of a sudden. "What's the mystery? What's Fatty been up to?" But you don't know?" stammered Larry. "He's gone to Tippy-Lulu and—" "Tippy-Lulu? What's all this nonsense?" said Mrs. Trotwell. She raised her voice. "Frederick, come here a minute." Fatty walked out of the house. The four children looked at him in surprise. "Oh, I thought you'd gone to Tippy-Lulu. Didn't you go? Oh, Fatty, I'm so glad you're here," cried Bets. The others stared. They were puzzled. "Did you send us that telegram?" said Daisy suddenly. "Was it a joke on your part, Fatty?" "What telegram?" asked Fatty innocently. "I was just about to come down and see you all." "This telegram," said Pip, and pushed it into Fatty's hand. He read it and looked astonished. "Somebody's been playing a joke on you," he said. "Silly sort of joke. Fancy you all believing I was off to Tippy-Lulu. Gosh!" "You and your jokes," said Mrs. Trotwell, "as if I should let Frederick go to China or wherever that ridiculous Tippy-Lulu place is. Now, if you want to go and talk to Frederick, either go indoors or go for a walk." They went indoors. They still felt very puzzled. Buster danced round, barking in delight. He was overjoyed because the whole company of Find Outers was together again. "Who delivered this telegram?" asked Fatty. "The telegraph boy," said Pip. "A red-haired chap with freckles and a cheeky kind of voice. He let his bike handle catch Mr. Goon on the shin. You should have seen him dance around." Said Fatty. "There's something queer about that telegraph boy, I think. Delivering a telegram I didn't send? Let's go out and look for him and ask him a few questions." They go out to find the telegraph boy. Fatty vanishes from the scene. Suddenly, the telegraph boy appears. "It's about that telegram," said Larry. "It's all nonsense. Our friend Frederick Trotwell hasn't gone to China. He's here." "Where?" said the boy, looking all round. "I mean, he's in the village somewhere," said Larry. "He'll be along in a minute." "Cool," said the boy. "I wouldn't half like to see him. He's a wonder, he is. I wonder the police don't take him on and get him to help them with their problems." "Well, we all help to solve the mysteries, you know," said Pip, beginning to feel that it was time he and the others got a bit of praise too. "No, did you really?" said the boy. "I thought it was Mr. Trotwell that was the brains of the party. Caw, I'd like to meet him. Do you think he'd give me his autograph?" The children stared at him, thinking that Fatty must be famous indeed if telegraph boys wanted his autograph. "That was a dud telegram you brought," said Larry. "A fake? A joke? Did you fake it?" "Me? Fake it? Cool, I'd lose my job," said the telegraph boy. "Look here, when's this famous friend of yours coming? I want to meet him, but I can't wait here all day." A small dog rounded the corner, and Bets gave a yell. "Buster, come on, Buster. Where's Fatty? Tell him to hurry." Everyone thought that Fatty would come round the corner too, but he didn't. Buster trotted on towards them alone. He didn't growl at the telegraph boy. He looked at him and then sat down beside him on the curb, turning adoring eyes up to him. Bets was most astonished. She had never seen Buster adoring anyone but Fatty in that way. She stared at the little black dog, surprised. What should make him like the telegraph boy so much? Then she gave a loud squeal and bounced on the telegraph boy so suddenly that he jumped. "Fatty!" she said. "Oh, Fatty! What idiots we are, Fatty!" Pip's mouth fell open. Daisy stared as if she couldn't believe her eyes. Larry exploded and banged the telegraph boy on the back. "You wretch! You absolute wretch! You took us all in properly, and you took Mr. Goon in too. How do you do it?" Fatty grinned at them all. He removed his red eyebrows with a pull. He rubbed off his freckles with a wetted hanky. He shifted his red wig a little so that the others could see his sleek black hair beneath. "Fatty, it's the most wonderful disguise," said Pip enviously. "But how do you manage to twist up your mouth to make it different, and screw up your eyes to make them smaller, and all that kind of thing?" "Oh, that's just good acting," said Fatty, swelling a little with pride. "I've told you before. At school, I always..." And they all burst out laughing.